Yo, what's up, compadres? Welcome back to another action-packed episode. Is your host with the most from the West Coast, SB Press, reporting live from Mastermind Media. And as always, to my right, Lance the Man himself.
Yep.
And also to my right, Joe Rosati himself.
It's time to get Gucci with it.
I messed up getting him stuck saying Gucci. Blame me later.
Gucci gang.
But also, ladies and gentlemen, we have an esteemed guest in the house. Not just a master with the instruments, not just a master with his family, not a businessman. He's a businessman. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we got the one, the only, Dreadai Capone.
Yes, I give thanks to His Imperial Majesty Haile King Selassie I the First. You know, it's a pleasure to be here, you know, within family. You know, we knew each other before we met. You know how the energy goes.
Yes, brother.
So, yeah, we about to spread that one love all throughout this episode. And like that, compadres, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's first start off with how's everybody's week?
Oh, man, everything wonderful, you know what I mean? Can't complain about nothing, you know what I mean? If I choose complain, then I lost my battle.
Okay.
That's right.
So I continue on, you know what I mean, as a stand-up soldier, you know, front line.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and get this going. Front line, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, we have an amazing guest again. Can't say too much, but I'm going to say a lot anyways. Now, he's not a businessman. He's a businessman. And he came to also share some stuff with us today. Awesome DJ, awesome artist, awesome individual. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mr. Dreadai Capone.
Yes, I give thanks to His Imperial Majesty Haile King Selassie I the First, Negus Nagas, Lord of Lords, King of Kings, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. Rastafarian, you know what I mean? Negus, yes.
Let's go.
Yes. Introduction to the full energy, you know, in a positive style, you know?
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking the time out to join us, man. This is going to be a pleasure.
Yes, it's my pleasure, you know, I mean, how can I refuse such energy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's come and link up, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Love it.
So before we get into how this really linked up, thank you, Lance. Let's start the ladies and gentlemen at home with where you're originally from, how'd you get here,
Yes.
and, you know, family upbringing.
Well, you know, I'm born original Dominican, you know what I mean? My family is very diverse, Spanish, French roots, England, and native. So, you know, I'm what you can call global. The four corners.
I like that.
But, you know, the life chose a place for me, a very beautiful place in life is the Dominican Republic. So I grew up there until the age of 17, 18. Then I came to the U.S. to fulfill what at home was very, very, very critical. You know, to be a Rastaman, to be a dreadlock, it's an outlaw thing. You know, because your message is a message of unification. So the system, you know, to say this, you know, they divide and rule. So you know, then they don't want what's good to us. You know, so they don't want our philosophy. But then again, you know, we are the protectors of women and children, you know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We educate the children so they can, you know, in a future ahead, you know, be our hope.
Yeah.
Because that's all we got. You know what I mean? So, you know, and then remember this one thing, you know, that big man, so-called big man, was a baby one time.
Right.
So what happened to him? You know what I'm saying? So we're here, born Dominican, you know, come to the U.S. to fulfill, to be myself on a stage being, because it's very necessary to everyone to fulfill their own persona.
Yeah.
You know who they are. You see, build up your identity, find who you are, because this is the determination of your success. So remember, you know, money don't hold no value. It's just a tool of life. You know what I mean? If you want to consider that, and then the rich man, rich to who? Not to me. You know, I'm rich in love and
rich
spirit.
in soul.
And then that's my message here. Unification. Rasta is the unification of all kinds.
Yes.
To let the whole world understand that we want people, no matter what, you know, united.
Yes,
Right.
man.
You know
right.
what I mean? So I had to, in an early age, my mom, I tell you a little story. My mom used to say that, hey, man, you need to go to another country, man, where they pay attention to your values, because here you're not gonna live to 25. You know what I mean? So let me see. She said to me, "What about Europe? Holland, France, Spain?" You know what I mean? "No, Mom, Jamaica." Jamaica? I said, "Yes." All right, let me look into it, man. My mom came to this letter, man. "You ain't going to Jamaica. You know what they be doing over there, man? The rebellious guys, man. You know what I mean? Drug wannabe, this and that." And,
right.
It got short on that one. Yeah. So the United States was an option for all Dominicans. I mean, we Dominican people, we have very much influences for the whole world. We are that one pile of mix-up that belongs to Earth, period.
Yeah.
We give born to the whole entire Earth down there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So this is where all people, bad-minded, good-minded, the good, the bad, and the different, they met. You know what I'm saying? So then, therefore, port of slavery back in the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, the first island with a capital throughout the whole, American continent.
Yeah.
The first art school, but things are being held back that, it's not something that you hear or something that they teach you. You know what I'm saying? So when you get to find out all the things that they hold for you to know that belong to you, that entitle you to your self-being, man. You know what I mean? Existence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you realize that it's poison. So escape from the best place in this earth, because, the people are intoxicated into a Babylonian systematical way of being.
Yeah.
So then therefore I had to move up. I came here where I felt that this was the best option. And practically what is taught to us in the islands is that America is the best option. Where we migrate to Europe too, Dominican people, but United States is that one first step, is the closest one. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I came here to be capable of being myself, because I dread like in my island was a shoot on sight. Police pull you, you run, you get shot.
Yeah.
So they lock you up and they put you in jail thinking that you are just a gangster. It's just a way of life.
Yeah.
And we don't hold no gangster business here, bro. It's just way of life. Of course, anything that's uplifted that way, is critical.
Right.
It's something that stands firm. So you should question and be worried, because that man stands still. You know what I mean? No matter what stumble, he holds his ground,
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I had to come here. You know what I mean? To be this, to live up to my identity, to be able to create and in an artistic way of being. Because then when you are not yourself, then what can you speak about?
Right.
Oh, that's facts right there.
Well said, man.
Wow.
Well said.
So we're going to have to fan this fire for a little bit.
Rich history of, the DR for sure. So,
brother, before we dive even more deeper into the story of you, we have a segment that we have going on called Let It Fly. We're going to throw some segments on pictures on the back of the screen right here.
Yes.
First thing that come to mind, let it fly. No peeking before it comes out.
Yes.
We got a countdown.
Okay.
So we'll look this way, and then when you look at it, first thing that comes to your mind, we'll snake this way and come back.
Okay.
All right. So no peeking, brother. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Let us know.
3, 2, 1.
Uber.
And that's our meeting place.
Pull up, man, easy. You know what I mean? This is how this came forward. You know what I mean? Yes, man. Uber, was the day, I met this very bright person. You know what I mean? The spirit was there, The problem was me, because I don't shut up. You know what I mean?
Hey, but there's nothing wrong with having the gift of gab. I mean, let's just call it what it is. You got the gift of gab. That's a good, beautiful thing.
He was a well listener, believe me. He hung on tight, seatbelt on, never fell back to the side of nothing. Held his ground. So he listened, and we shared some things that were very interesting.
Yeah.
As him, me, we just kept on exchanging things, but I know for a fact I did the most talking.
Right.
What do you think, Pete?
This creates beautiful opportunities to meet beautiful people.
Absolutely.
You never know, whose car you're getting into and what story or what connection you may get, So I actually like this because it gives you a breath of fresh air meeting somebody new. And again, it brings these type of things together, man. Again, I'm glad for that. Uber
Yes,
ride.
it was a very, this is my philosophy about people that, you come across and you energize such positivity. It's like, hey, I knew you before I met you, brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just happens to be we bounce back again. You know what I mean?
I call it, that's my brother man from another man.
Yes, exactly, brother man. You know what I mean? We saw one love every time.
Yeah.
And that was the whole complete solution of the meeting. Just one drive, we speak, we reach, one love. And I know this will roll back again.
Yeah.
Because life is a big circle. When we first start,
that's
it
true,
roll
a big
back
circle,
again.
yeah.
So be careful what you did wrong one day, because you're gonna face it one more time. And it's gonna be twice as challenging. And oh shoot, okay, hold on tight.
What you got for us, Lance?
I would just say, I like how it, outside of all that, because you guys said a lot, I like how it's reduced the number of drunk drivers and DUIs and all that craziness out there. So I like Uber.
Solid.
What do you got?
I mean, I have a lot to say about it, but I'm going to say two things first. First and foremost, what Lance just said, I love it because when I get twisted, I know I'm going to get home all right every time.
Half the time it's just a ride around the block.
Yeah, well, sometimes, yeah, maybe more than once. But I've had some in-depth conversations with the Uber drivers, and I've talked about it on other pods. And like to have a deep conversation with a stranger that you're never going to see ago, and sometimes it's benefited you and sometimes it's benefited them. And it's a beautiful thing when it happens, because you might not ever say it again. Someone influenced someone.
Right.
Even if I might have been a little twisted or whatever, but still, I think it's been great for the economy and everything else, and it's a beautiful thing.
There's many stages of it, you know what I mean? But I'll tell you something, the energy that you carry as yourself being, it's the same energy that comes around,
right?
So I give thanks that my experience was a good experience.
Yeah.
Because I have heard a lot of bad things too.
Oh, yeah, we all have.
And, imagine me. I'm not hard to me. So if you see me again, you'll be like, hey, hold on, that's that dude.
That's that guy.
That's that dude.
Next,
So,
we got some more coming.
We got a few more for you, brother.
Let's do it.
3.
2, 1.
Clash, man. You know what? That's a clash. I'll tell you something, man. That's just like a mosh pit in a reggae field. Because the way we hold, we're not bumping. You know what I mean? But we hold it so tight. It's like, don't go around him. You know what I mean? You're gonna make it drop. You know what I mean? So you hold it tight. So clash, man. You clash. Cool up and clash. Cool up and clash, man. Jamaican classic. You know what I mean? That's island KoolAid.
Right. Took the words right out of my mouth. I was gonna say that's another form of KoolAid in our house.
That's all
another
it is.
Form.
Delicious. It's delicious, man. I like that.
It's very refreshing. I've had it a couple times, so.
That's the only sugar on a drink that tastes good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that hibiscus has gotten very popular too, so it's good flavor.
Yeah, it pairs well with good food too. So,
Right.
What we got next, Yuli?
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Well, what I mean? I know that's a 4-wheel drive. You know what I mean? That can drag you out of the mud.
You got to give
know
us
what
a
I'm saying?
backstory on this. So,
I'm gonna give you a big backstory on that.
And if you feel small, then you can climb up. You know what I mean?
This is really
tell you why
this
I
is
have
really hot right now. I'm gonna tell you
It is tough.
these trucks got 1,500 horsepowers, and it's all over TikTok and the gram, everything else. They're popping wheelies. They getting up next to cops and just flying out. They can't catch them. I mean,
Wow.
To me is like a 2-story moving building.
yeah, I mean, and they run about 100 from 100 to 150,000, and I'm telling you what, these clips you see of it, and I talked to you about it the other day, unreal, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, they're popping wheelies.
Is that electrical or something? Like,
No, it's
all horsepower.
That's
huh?
all horsepower. There's no way that's
a beast
electrical.
right there.
They probably got V10s and V12s in them damn things.
It's definitely blowing the Raptor out of the water.
Yeah, you're damn right, bro.
For sure.
I mean, so
Because that was it.
That's the first time I heard of it earlier when you kind of approached the thing of it. So it's actually popping wheelies and getting away from police.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll show you some
Crazy
stuff when we
speed
get
chase.
out of here. I showed some people earlier, and they were like, I mean, it's crazy, bro.
All right. Anything?
3, 2, 1.
Well, Sean
wow.
Paul, man, you know what I mean? I remember Sean Paul. Sean Paul, man, brother, what happened to you?
I know.
Okay,
What happened to that boy?
it's all one love. And I remember Sean Paul back in the 90s, man, like early 2000s when he was working on that one record before he blew up. He would come and record at my friend's studio. My friend had this studio in Crenshaw. where it was his house, and the backyard was like a bar / studio on the other door, and live performance and everything. And that's how Rasta always try to maintain things. You know, we bring the people together. Mm-hmm. We bring the people together. So some people, when you are a producer, you want to just gift them.
Right.
Not to ask for anything. You know, you just pass on that gift because I know you know that gift will be granted back. It's nothing, it's not a contract, nothing that you commit yourself to, but it's just life itself. So he used to come and record, and my friends would produce for him. You know what I'm saying? Me and him, we never had no interaction like that. It's just I see that guy, you know, and I never knew like that. You know, I realized it was him when he made it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's the same thing with HR from Bad Brains, brother. Yeah. You know, Bad Brains used to be at the studio all the time. I mean, and I realized this long time after, man. I was so into the music, man, trying to produce and write and everything that whoever was there was just there. Yeah. Right. You know, and welcome. You know what I mean? Right. But yes, and then he one day blew it, man, and much blessings to him, you know. Yeah. You know, never saw him coming back though, but it's all good. Yeah. We one love. It's all one love. One love.
Icon, man. But yeah, definitely. I don't have anything personal, but he was popping for a long time, and he's got that shiny piece of notoriety, I guess, in his left hand. So
back in my 106 and Park days, he was killing it.
Oh man.
He was the man.
Well, plus, you know what? He's an uptown guy. You know what I mean? He don't come from no. You know, the man is in some sense, not down there, but you know, halfway through it. You know what I mean? So it's and then plus his persona. You know, it's a dance hall that dude, and you know, dance hall and roots it holds a very different foundation. But the thing is that it's all has one big purpose. Right. Okay, one big purpose on the dance floor, bring the people together.
Exactly.
You know, consciousness or no consciousness or whatever you want to talk about. You know what I mean? But we try not to involve violence, bad wording, and all these things. So clean speech, message through. Right. You know, something for you to hold on and remember. So he did a very good job on his type of music. You know, I mean, he mastered something that plenty cannot do. He just found that one thing that he could let people remember and hold on and take home. Yeah. You know, and that's the most necessary thing, because you know, every DJ when they spin, they only spin 45 seconds of your thing or only your hook. Right. You know, and that one part that everyone love. So you know that 3 minutes could be a disaster just by 250. You know?
So true.
You know
I see it all the time.
I have heard these songs, you know, on TV. You know, well, you know, the media and thing, and I said, whoa, well, let me listen to the entire song. I said, man, you know, but that's what the media is basic on. You know, that 20 minutes will hold the foundation, because that's all they really need. Right. Yeah. And that's what pays well. You know what I mean? It's not the whole package. It's to be entitled everything. Right. You know, it's in foundation from beginning. You know,
solid, man.
On top of, you know, you speaking of the forms of music, different types of music, what was the musical inspiration that drove you to being the person that you are today?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you something that I think my originality is the influence that I have from all sorts of music. Because really, I cannot tell you I'm original, but what has developed the person that I am in my own field of music is the multicultural of music that I welcome into my heart. Because reggae is my life, you know, but then again, there's a lot of other things that I really dig in. You know what I mean? So I like to rock it up. You know what I mean? Aggressiveness, sometimes words cannot be so loud. You cannot express yourself with such tone of voice. So, you know, I'll give you something on the guitar that will put you in place, you know.
Is that your first? Is that the first instrument you picked up?
Yes, the first instrument was the guitar.
Gotcha.
I'll tell you a little story if you don't mind.
Yeah, no. That's why you're here, brother.
But back, you remember when Guns N' Roses came out? Appetite of Destruction?
Yes. Of course.
Oh, man.
I actually had the shoes.
Listen, that was before reggae was always there in the island, you know what I mean? But we have typical music, you know, that's belonged to us, that this kind of music wasn't very much welcome. But they were limited to certain things that was popular.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Guns N' Roses blew it up because the whole record is a massive hit. So, you know, my friend come on over, you know, I'm in high school, and he brought the cassette, original. Got it from New York. His dad brought it. You know what I mean? That tape, you know. So I said, man, let's play it. Pop. We put it in. I have a guitar on the wall, an acoustic guitar I got from my neighbor that I sanded down and everything, painted black and everything, put a Jamaican sticker on a Jamaican style surfing gear, you know? Right. So that very well on the wall, very well on the wall. Man cannot play, you know what I mean? So when I heard that, I said, man, I could hear that bass, you know, because rock music, back then the bass was so well blended into the power chords and build-up bars, you know, that you don't hear very well. So, but I could hear this one. So I grabbed the guitar, and this hand right here, brother, did everything it hurt. So I said to myself, what kind of business is this, man? You know what I mean? So everything, this hand just went out of control. So, but I'm not doing anything with this one, but this hand is doing it all. I'm like, hey, hold on, I can't do this. I went like this, and I slide it over and over on strings. I said, this is the note, and this is the other one. Man, I went through the whole record I played. My friend said, man, you stop bullshitting with me now. I said, man, you don't come and tell me, man, that you all of a sudden learn how to play guitar and bass, whatever you call it. I said, stop the nonsense, man. I said, no, man, it's the first time. Man, that brother went all over and told the whole world that I could play. You know, so then now, hey, we heard you could play that song. Why don't you go at it? You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, cool. So then everything came into, man, you got talent. Keep on doing this. Because music, bro, was like to me, it was like a joke. You know what I mean? It was like, something I can do, but who cares, man? You know what I'm saying? How many people can sing and they're out there at the beach, man,
right,
you know, while they're taking
right.
a swing? You know what I mean? They never thought about no contract and nothing like that. So my thing was no contract on full speed. You know, what I wanted to do was keep on creating and getting the same response from people back.
Right.
You know, and so I can remind myself I can do something. So I continue on, and that's how I got in this. What year did the Appetite come out?
That had to be like late 80s.
It was it was
mid 80s.
It was 90s.
90s.
It was early 90s.
Fact
right?
check that real quick, please.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it was early 90s, if I'm not wrong. So
You might
this
be.
is,
I think I don't know.
I mean, he's close. It's late 80s, early 90s, because I know it was on my highlight
But
tape.
remember this, I could be wrong on the time being. You know why? Because let me tell you, in the island,
Appetite.
in the
Appetite
island,
and Roses.
Guns N'
hey,
Roses.
remember this: third world country, three times behind. On everything, third
you're
world
right
country,
about that, yeah.
3 times the price is up. So everything is 3 times less and 3 times more. So in technology and all these things, movies and everything, we will get the stuff, man, 3 years later.
Right.
And we're like, man, you come and visit here and with your friends and be like, man, were you still listening to that? You know what I mean?
You behind, bro.
Yeah,
He's
so
pulling up on the screen.
yeah, there you go.
1987.
1987.
Oh, wow.
There you go. So yes, I was behind 3 years.
Highlight.
No, I remember because
There we go.
it was on my highlight reel, my freshman year of football. We got it in, but going back to all that, so Slash,
Yes.
you're a big fan of, huh?
Oh, big time. The only thing about him used to get me mad is because I couldn't do the solos.
I do.
But then I picked Duffy, the bass player.
Yeah.
Then him I could follow.
Right.
So then he became my one
Right.
guy on the band, you know, that guy, you know, funny hair, you know, old Tyson Leather, you know what I mean? It's just like, that's my dude, you know what I mean? That's the other part of Rasta we never get to see, you know? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, man.
I continue on with that one. And then Bob was everywhere. Bob neighbors, everybody, you know, in the islands, remember, I'm in the Dominican Republic. So we don't speak English unless you're on the north side. Because
Okay.
the north side was when slavery broke from the United States, a lot of slaves came to the north side. They escaped from the United States because we was already free from slavery.
You were.
So they adopted the north side of the Dominican Republic. Okay, so then that part is English spoken. Till this day, you find they still have that tone, like from the south. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
then on the southeast, you have the Spanish speaking one. So in the west, you have the French Creole.
Yep.
So if you come from a family where they can, you know, pay for your schooling, then you become a trilingual. That because we are teach 3 languages in force of you have to know it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now, when it comes to public schools, they only can teach you so much. So they might throw there just English or French, you know. So, but then our English that we adopt mostly comes from Trinidad, Dominica, and Jamaica, because that's the first English you ever get to hear. It's you learn it from the music. You see, I can talk to you straight, brother. You know what I mean? It's just that this is just, who I am. But then my accent can flip in many different ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Coño, que lo que? You know what I mean? So we speak patois, which is a form of Portuguese, English, French, and Spanish all combined. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So then we speak Creole, then that's what you find in the United States, which is the French Creole. Patois, French patois is not the same as Creole. So then you got the Spanish that we speak, which is something that came out of nowhere, created by us. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's nothing written. You see, they recommend if you speak Spanish to go to the library when you go to the DR and get one of them books, man. So you can defend yourself out there. That one Spanish you're hearing is a mixture of a lot of things. But people don't really, they're not educated on that sense of knowing that. So when you explore languages, me, I'm all about languages. Dash Magni. That's
and accents as
well. You know
well,
what I mean? You know what I'm saying? ¿Cómo se va? ¿Cómo tú t'apel? You know what I mean? So, Gwaan, my brethren. Dime a ver, ¿qué pasó, manito? So you name it.
You got them
you
all.
know what I'm saying?
He's got everything.
So
I admire that.
I discovered something, besides the question, that to reach out to people. What about if I combine them? So you go, prende ese cali, vamos, toque lo que dan. Oye, te lo dice de la olla, Abel. Pa' todo aquel que quiere encenderla, siempre te traigo, oye, papel. Tiempo, cultura, te traigo yo. Oye, la ganja ya te subió. Quiero candela, que quiero yo. Yo soy el Dreadai, te digo yo. Inari ghetto police a kamanja. Until ya time higher force de my plan. That force on each other again at the coba. All wicked man, a Gwaan fi a coba. Them a fi run, but then cannot hide now. Every wicked man, a Gwaan a fi strike. Every wicked man. Lo voy a explotar.
Wow.
So you see,
I didn't understand
a word, but we all good.
But I know some of our viewers will. And we'll definitely click.
Go ahead and hit
one.
that comment section below.
Yes.
Leave it all down
It's
there.
global,
Clever.
It's a universal thing. So
it's acapella.
I'm here to tell the whole world one thing.
That was dope acapella right there, bro.
Unity, man. Unity. And if you
Preach it, my man. Preach it.
if you want
Preach
to
it.
find, the true roots of living, you need to understand the meaning of love. So when you understand love, then your fulfillment is near.
Right.
So everything is just an energy source. Heart, mind, pure and clean. And you will energize that back to you. So there's nothing to worry about. When they talk about destruction, don't worry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm taking care of long time. You know what I mean? So it's liberty. So remember, we deal with liberty. We are pure immortal people, like they say we are. We are immortal because we energize and exercise, the foundation of eternity.
Right.
So what that is giving the gift to victory and then be born again.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And everything is one love. It's very simple. The Bible is a good thing. But, it's not about religion. It's about the difference between right and wrong. So if you know the difference between right and wrong, then you choose your path. Yeah. And guess what? That you choose will be your life here in that sense.
Right.
Whatever you work on. What you can call hell, that, or heaven if you want to. But, I don't need to die to go to heaven. I live in heaven. I'm in the topest peak in my highest region. You know what I'm saying? Shall I look at the city from above?
I hear you, man.
You know what I'm saying? I catch the wind.
What you got for him, Big Joe?
I'm really amazed. I was talking to someone earlier about coming on here with you today, and I like all types of music, but I haven't seen too many people that are just strictly reggae, but are going into the whole hard rock, like heavy metal. Your guitar skills are unbelievable to me, dude. Like, I was amazed by it. Like, you don't see it very often. They just stick to one thing. Yes. And now you're going out on this other adventure, and I want to hear about this a little bit now.
Yes. Well, you know what? This all came from, my children. Because I know, children has an aggressive side. You know, when they're little and everything is more like rock it up, punk, punk. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So us as with time goes, well, we just we do our thing. You know what I mean? We hold it tight. But then this I create was the equal of all my inspiration in life. So that comes from Soundgarden. That comes from the Red Hot. That comes from Santana. That comes from Bob Marley. That comes from Peter Tosh. That comes from Israel Vibration. That comes from the Wailing Souls, man. You know what I'm saying? So and then on the source of dancehall, it became a necessity because it was the easiest thing I could create, hip hop and dancehall. So if you put me on a studio, I can do that real fast.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That don't take me no time. I can do you a record in a day. You know what I'm saying? On that one specific foundation.
Right.
So the aggressiveness that I put on my guitar into a dancehall rhythm, because if you hear the rhythm, it's strictly dancehall, and it's very catchy, and it holds the momentum over and over. It's every 8 bars it breaks. So I put that source of I'm like what we call trans-un. We don't want to trans-un the mind, like so you can hold the people here,
Right.
And they get kind of like possessed. Oh yeah, it's like tick tock, you know what I mean? The same thing, So then to vary that and to because my children, they started 3 years ago, so they're still very much learning. So to accommodate with their ability, a lot of things took place. So these things took place in the source of defending my children on the battlefield.
Right.
Very nice.
So then it became kind of cool. I said, yes. And those songs that you hear that we play is basically one song that we work on that developed another 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And most of them come out from mistakes I did.
Right.
I'm doing a solo something and I went like, whoa, man, what was that? And then play back. Whoa, hold up. We got something. So every song came from a mistake.
Beautiful mistake.
But the thing about this is that for you to reach such level, you have to be there all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I
in
do
those
my
hours.
best to every weekend we jam out.
Oh, that's
what's up.
beautiful.
And
That's
also,
awesome.
it became their therapy. When Kobe, man, every children depressed and everyone down. So I saw my kids like, hold up. And me and the mom was like, hey, why don't we just we see Max on the wall like banging on things, the little one, right? And then the other one is always been holding a guitar and singing, get up, stand up on top of the toilet, look at herself in a mirror. So I said, we got the guitar player and we got the drummer. So Diane and me decided to, hey, let's buy some instruments, man. We got a back room and everything, just put them there. So that's how we started.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
Well, speaking of that, you got your children here.
Yes.
You
The necessity of them is the same necessity of mine, because the reason why they're here is because they are the next project.
right.
You know what I mean? So I'm in their function and activity. So it's them I need to bring in. I wanna introduce them to the world, so they can get a little feedback of how this ground be.
Gotcha.
So we already done live shows.
Nice.
So they were. How old were you guys, huh?
Hey,
You can bring them in.
Come over here. Come
I'll
over
go
here.
here and share this with y'all.
Come over here, Max. Come over this way.
Say your name, man.
Yeah, go ahead and
All
let
right,
them
my
know
na-
who you is.
All right, my name is Marley, and then right here next to me is my little brother Max.
How old are you guys?
Currently, right now, I'm 14 and going on to 15 this year, and
I'm 11 going to 12 in May 29.
Nice.
Soon
nice.
come.
So before you guys answer, so who's winning the championship this year? Basketball.
I mean, I am
Be
playing
careful.
basketball,
I
but
would say Lakers, Warriors, but it was a couple weeks out, so I'm gonna ask you the
I go with
championship.
Lakers.
You go with the
That's what
Lakers?
I'm talking about.
Good answer. I'm watching.
What about you, buddy?
damn, that's a good question.
No, it ain't. You close enough. So what's your answer, brother?
Shit.
He's not a Lakers fan, I see, huh?
I mean, shit. it's a little hard. I'm gonna probably have to say the Lakers as well.
I got you, man. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
I appreciate you feeling the pressure that was coming from you right now.
So back to it, man. Yeah, let's
Max, how old you are, buddy?
I'm 11 currently right
And
now.
you, Marley?
And I'm 14. And
So Marley is the bass player.
right.
yeah, I'm the bass player, and then he is the.
The drummer.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we call him. We got a nickname for him because you know what happened when we be jamming. We be jamming, right? And he be like he giving us the sign to this is the last roll. so he got so upset, man. He did this drum roll. I said, man, if you hit someone on their back with those sticks, you kill them. You know what I mean? That's how hard he did it. So he did this drum roll and got up and threw the sticks to the sky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
It's done. So we name him the Brutal. I said, Max is the Brutal. You know what I mean? Because hey, when he gives you that sign, he's gonna do his last four. Man, you must listen. You know, because he's gonna look at you and hit that skin, man, like something wrong. You know, so that's why we call him the Brutal. Then Marley, we call him I Dread. I Dread is Dreadai. My name Dreadai. So I Dread the other way around from brethren. Bonafide from Jamaica that when he was born he said no he not Marley, man, he I Dread. He I Dread. So his name is Marley, so we call him I Dread Marley Capone. So Max I the Brutal Capone, and Dreadai Capone. You know what I
Very
mean?
nice, very nice.
The Capone is just a stand up as being rough and tough.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Not to hold an outlaw type of foundation, but to hold, persona. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That, hey, we like the Raw Lions, man. If you see us coming, you might clear the way, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? He ain't no need of attack, but he might jump up. You know what I mean?
So we're gonna hear some a single or something from you guys soon.
Yes, you know what? We are working. Max, what's that song? That one of the songs that we got?
We got No Pain. We got. I always forget that.
Limbo.
So much stuff you working on.
Limbo.
I know. Yeah.
Sitting in limbo and in the ghetto.
Yeah. That.
So in the ghetto was that part that I told you. You see, so in the ghetto, police a command.
Right.
So until God's time, higher force they're gonna plan against you.
Right.
That forces of nature, I will take cover. So all wicked man is gonna run for cover. They might run, but they cannot hide. So they're gonna run, but they cannot hide. So all the wicked man bound to strike.
Yeah.
So that's what the song is about. So my children, he put a dancehall beat there. He said, "Hey, Dad, I think I got a beat for you."
So young and starting already.
That's
They
amazing.
came with this dancehall beat, we love it.
Why'd you pick up the guitar there? You can step in here, man.
Yeah, so I picked up the guitar when I was like 2.5. Probably before that too, but from what I remember. 2.5.
Right.
But I don't know. I first picked up the guitar because I don't know. It's like I heard that instrument like a lot. So what's it called? I just picked it up one day and then I just started, like he said,
Playing.
like,
The right hand just started going to
Right,
work.
right,
You
right.
didn't know what it was doing.
That right hand was out of
That was
place.
genetic right there, huh?
You know that right hand don't belong to
right
the pocket. Only if you're pulling out some change.
So you love doing it, right?
Yeah, I love playing bass. Currently I'm working on bass right now, but hopefully like I can move on to more instruments.
But you know what? Listen, they've been at the studio
Gotcha.
since they were like 2-3 years old. So when I have my clients, they be there. I will set them up. Talk to them. Get used to it, man. Tell them if you're ready. Ready? 1, 2, 4. No, 3. You know what I'm saying? So they've been there ever since. My only problem was this one, man. You know what I mean? When I went into my console, because I had to move it from place to place, man. It sounded like a maraca. Like, he said, "What is this? What's going on, man?" He said, "Dad, I've been putting some pennies on it." So few sample machines down, a keyboard and everything. You know what I mean? But yeah, the best intentions of both of them. This one will bang on the walls. He got so many pictures of his young life with guitar.
Yeah.
So that's how I discovered them. And then plus, Kobe, I said I'm not gonna let that get to my children.
Right.
There's a better purpose here, and there's still life here, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I know
man.
you guys are
Oh,
proud of your father.
What we are called, guys? What you call the band?
Our name right now it's the Capones.
The Capone spelled D-E-H. Capones.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
That's good.
Yes.
That's
I like
good.
that name.
I
That's
like
a good
that.
name.
Definitely.
There are a lot of people debate of calling the Al Capones, calling
Nah,
the
you can't do
Capones,
that.
and then just Capones. So I was like, remember the Ramones, the band? Los Capones. You know, hey man, don't be surprised, man. I'll flip it real quick right here, man.
Right,
you know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's you. That language, you know.
Man, I
hear
just gotta say I'm proud of you guys' composure. Keep up the great work and stuff like
Yeah.
that, man. Sky's the limit, and with the right mindset, you guys will get exactly where
Yes,
you
you know.
want to get to.
Yes,
And I mean, thanks to you guys, you know.
Yeah, absolutely,
Because
man.
you know, this is foundation, and this is the journey they want. You know what I mean? So this is.
I mean, it'll be
necessary
interesting
thing.
to see how
And
that
we
all
thank
grows
you
out
for the
to
welcome,
be now.
you know?
I mean, it's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
that's you don't see that very often when you have the father and the sons and the whole family going through the.
Yes,
You know, and just grow and grow. I mean, they're literally gonna grow and then grow. You know,
What
with their
about
minds and
mama
everything
from the
else.
stage?
They're gonna hit that age and be like, "Pops, I think I want to do this music."
Yeah, right.
So yeah, we're big here about the kids as well.
Yeah,
Like we
absolutely,
behind the
man.
scenes, we sponsor Junior Clippers team. I heard you about basketball and stuff like that. So I got a coach for you if you're talking about that.
Yes.
Yeah,
we'll
real
see what's
nice
going
too,
on,
yeah.
man.
Yes.
Team Active 7, we got y'all. And yeah, man. Like I said, we're big about the kids. So
Where you guys
have a
got
bright future.
you guys got IGs, right? We're just drop them, drop them.
Drop your information.
All right, so it's FTP_Mar MAR.
Got you.
Yes.
You know, you're not on Instagram yet. It's a good
No,
thing.
working on it.
That's good parenting. I like that.
Yeah, he still need.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I was gonna agree with it, but then he said something that I'm just waiting a few more years to grow up.
yeah.
Hey,
So you know,
maturity.
I agree with that. That's
there.
great.
You know, what I
Yeah.
mean, the foundation was already there. So
Right.
yeah, right now it's like he looks into our stuff,
Nice.
and do comments and stuff, and on our channel on YouTube, a lot of people leave message for them. Not me anymore.
What's the
It's them now, you know, what I mean? Which is good, you know.
what's the YouTube channel?
Yeah, drop that.
It's Dreadai on the Dreadai Capone.
Okay.
Okay.
Dreadai Capone. There's another one under Eduard Ramirez, you know, which is that one guy's name.
That one guy's name.
You know what I'm saying? So don't make me tell you my whole name, man. It's like five first names, 5 last names. Oh,
Now, can we steal your pops back for a second there? Cool, man.
Appreciate
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for
One
coming
love.
on there,
Bright
right there.
future.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Rastafari, yes.
Yes,
Gotcha.
yes.
Yes, we're
Start
here
them
back
off right.
again, you know.
Yeah, right.
I know you had something for him, P.
Yes. So, you know, you guys performed and everything like that.
Yes.
Have they seen any crazy things behind the scenes of a tour or a show?
No, we have done very minimum.
Good.
You know, they were actually, this was 3 years ago. That was the first year I put them on the studio. You know, we actually did our first performance like 6 months after the fact that we started jamming out together.
Yeah.
You know, and the big one told me, "Hey, Dad, listen, I got something for you, but I'll show you when we get on stage." Man, they dropped the key like way down here.
Yeah, that's
by
awesome.
the 12th fret.
Oh, my.
Make me mess up. I said, man, come on, man. Got this leg shaking. I said, man, but he did such a well job. Oh, man, but he maintained it.
Right.
Very steady, very forward. And he did something original. He just came up with that idea. And it worked out well. It's just I wasn't ready for it. But I defend myself. You know what I mean? You know, I know how to fall and get up.
Right?
Yes.
You're definitely teaching them the right way, too.
Yes, man. Yes.
Yeah,
you got
man, that's
for
awesome, man. I was just gonna say, you know, we kind of spoke off camera about it a little bit, but you know, how money affects people in different ways. What's your take on like, you know, how people can acquire it and not have it and still be very happy in life?
Yes, you know, one thing that we all need to understand is that money doesn't hold no value. That's the number one thing. It's just it's a tool. It's a wrench
Right.
on the toolbox that it can fix a bolt. You know what I mean? It can twist a nut. You know what I mean? But
Absolutely.
it's all. It's fine. It's fine to get it, but you don't want to get distracted by it in the process of entering that, because you know your life can be very easily misrouted.
Right.
So
Chasing
to me, the money should be something that you fight for to help one another. Because I tell you, it's very simple, man. All it takes is to help one person, brother. You know what I'm saying? I have done many.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You remember, I never talk about my background, but, I come from a family that are very, 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 very into the system. My dad was a diplomatic agent in the DR. My brother is the colonel of the army.
Wow.
So I come from uniform, but Rasta. You know what I mean? So then that develops some kind of clash, because Rasta is he kind of come against their philosophy of way of being, of life itself, period. You know what I'm saying? So then you get misrouted some kind of, then you have to depart. You know what I mean? But, one necessity is that the money has to be put into a source of a need. Because then why do I want it for? If it's all for me, then I don't want it. If I want it because I want to make sure many people that don't have the ability of whatever it is, the skills of earning plenty, then I'm their source of getting there so they can be fine on what's missing. I patch the hole. You know what I mean? So I tire, I patch the hole, pull out the nail, patch the hole, keep rolling. You know what I mean? And to help out one another is very important. That defines a lot of things later on. You know what I mean? But money, I come from good money. I can say that through the family because their position, where I come from, when you hold such position, you're not just someone. You're somewhere. So you look into the city from half ground up down.
Yeah,
right. You know what I mean? You're not right on the very top, but you're right in the middle. But in the ground, there's on the surface of survival. So I did something to the poor. Because in my island, the poor and the rich is an enemy. So it's like you want to call it a racial thing or whatever it could be. But not necessarily you need to be black or whatever they want to call themselves to be. Separate, to be separate. But, this thing comes from power, from what you have. So when you're out there, obviously you're not that kind. That unfortunately, I mean, not to say it in a bad term, but you're not in the poor class, in the down class, which is there's no poor and no rich in my world. But to explain myself, I'd say this. So you stick out a lot. So you are target to the poor. So if the poor is the most humble one, and the one that has been victimized the most, and the one with less chances, then their poverty is a crime. So what I did was, since an early age, I make sure the ones that I knew, they had food to eat, a place to stay, money to go and spend, shoes on their feet and everything. So in my island, my mom is the mom of plenty. Because I took care of a lot of people in need. So to the point where, number 6, you never rob that place, man. You can break into any house, but not that one. That's where I live. All right.
Off limits.
They never broke into my house. Never. They broke into everybody's neighbor, all the way around me. You know what I mean? But never my house, man. It was just because that. So I would walk into the toughest slums, where before you walk in, your clothing is already being sold. Hey man, take off your shoes, man. That's mine, man. I paid $50 for that. What do you mean? Wow. You take it or I take it. You know what I'm saying? You lucky I let you walk in your underwears, man, because I got everything on you got. You know what I mean? I already paid for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So me, I could walk, and when the gangster kids come in and they surround me, try to rob me or everything, there would be that whistle. On top of the roof. I did it very low, but I can go higher, for miles, you know what I mean? So you get the whistle. Oh, everybody back out. I said, not that one. Free pass. Go across, and nothing. They will never rob me or nothing.
Right.
So that's what I want. Unity, money cannot divide us and rule, man. Nobody reach out here.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody millionaire out here, man. That don't exist. Fame, the word fame is just a scam, just like diamonds. You know what I mean? It's just, the word fame. What is fame? What is the definition of fame? You know what I mean? Fame. You know, that's the last option they gave you after they commit the biggest crime on you, which was poverty, man. So they gave you that word so you can harmonize with it and think that you can escape from their brutality. Man, that's a crime. Take them in.
That's some deep right there. Ricky, clip that. Wow.
Hopefully we can post that one.
Oh, we definitely will.
So you being so humble,
Yes.
is it more of a Rasta thing or just a family thing?
Well, the humbleness came very aggressive in my life because, family was very busy, so they tend to give me things to compensate for my happiness. Because, mom and dad busy, man.
Yeah.
Right.
So then here's this, here's that. And you never missed anything. You know what I mean? So then all I wanted was to get love, man. Hey, man, I love you. I'm proud of you, man. You know what I'm saying? You see, my island, to be a musician is somebody that comes from bottom class, what they consider that. So when you in a upper class, then they see you. What are you doing? What are you doing? Right. Want to be a musician for what? For what? Only slum people come out of there with that. Let them sing for you. You don't know. Your necessity is not that. So I break out of that, of all the ins that I had, ripped to the United States, faced the things that I thought I'd never face in such kingdom. You know what I mean? So then I became another victim of nothing. So, but it was well. It was well done. My teaching was perfect. And I was right. What happened to me? You know why? Because then I found true definition of life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he helped me write good music. He helped me write good songs. Because, when you're not in need of things, then what you write, you don't have nothing much to write about.
Absolutely.
You become some Disney guy. You know what I mean? Milli Vanilli.
You need some struggle to...
Is that you doing that, boys, brother?
He brought up Milli Vanilli, dude.
I saw this guy walking with a shirt this morning. That's why.
Gotta have a struggle.
Oh my God.
Hey, it's true, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's true, no?
That's funny, man.
You got anything else for us, Lance?
Yeah. Top 5 dead or alive hip hop rappers.
Oh, well.
Put you on the spot.
Top 5.
Top 5 dead or alive.
Dead or alive. Okay. I will start with number 5 with Nas, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
Nas.
Concurred.
Then number 4, I throw B.I.G. out there. Okay.
I like that.
Number 3, Outkast. That man, I couldn't understand, but then I did. I left it alone. I was wrong.
Andre 3000 to be good.
That's
boy?
3.
Yeah.
Then on number 2, you got Tupac. Okay. And then number 1.
Ooh, let's hear this.
The number 1, KRS-One.
Oh,
no matter what.
I didn't see that coming.
No matter what, man. No matter what. In every
man,
aspect and source and
I
knowledge.
knew you.
Yeah.
got the fire going.
I appreciate that. I like that.
Yes,
Fire
yes.
going over there. I knew it.
Yes.
I'm more old school, but KRS-One back in the day, whew,
Yes.
It was fire.
he was fire. That's a good list.
That is.
I like that list.
Remember, I squeezing Outkast there over discussion and then understanding. Because I could never really see that bright talent. But then the guy, went from dread to perm. So that's in a funny way, you know what I mean? You go from perm to dread, man. but then he did well, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he failed. He did good. So hey, I gotta give him that, man. He's entitled to that, man, and plus the background where they come from. So remember, every hip hop comes from a specific part of town in this United States. And if you want me to tell you who created hip hop, you guys know. Now I'm going to ask you guys a question right now.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Who created hip hop? Where was hip hop first originated?
Maybe I would say James Brown.
Well, James Brown was a good source of sampling music because he never charged anybody for when they rip him off with his music.
That's what
Was
they
he
did.
kind of rapping though, like before? Like I know you got a more specific.
We got when he became that one specific thing called hip hop.
Okay.
Right? So hip hop was discovered in the Bronx.
Yeah, I thought it was
by
East Coast.
a Jamaican
Yeah.
and a Dominican guy on the turntables. You know what I mean? All those functions were just things that happened. And he went from one place to another where we now then master the turntables in the Caribbean, which hip hop was already born in Jamaica. Hip hop is a Jamaican thing, man. No doubt. You know what I'm saying? Dominican call me wash up, but no worry. Because I'm speaking up the truth, you know what I mean? I said, so I'm no wash up, man. You know what I mean? So let me tell you, but yes, it was originated there.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
And all the influences, because listen to the beat, you see, the beat is still hold what Bob Marley did, because Bob Marley, remember, he broke the music perfection. This man he did a beat in 3 skanks. So it's at count of 3. Check, 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 change, check. We change on 4. Everybody change on 4. So even the most intelligent man in music can even play it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can even spit it because it's just it throws them up because it's an offbeat. But then listen, man. I told the same thing to some people. They're like, why you solo like that? Back to the solos. Are you telling me, man, your solos? Well, heavy metal and solos to me, my thing, and grunge is that came from Rasta that you know I really accepted these dudes. You know what I mean? But this soloing thing, this specific soloing that I do. So you know, it's a grunge type of strumming because I don't really solo very well. So what I do is this: I use Santana keys. And I use, let's say, for example, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam type of riffs or fills. So I combine the power chords, which is I skip one string and I put the other finger at the bottom. And I tell these people, if you start your key on A, because it's the key to A, and you ended up in E because this is where it ends, then it means that whatever you're doing there is a harmony. So you should take it lightly because it's a harmony.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Bob did something that helped me then now break out of things and build up my own power chords, build up my own way of strumming and soloing,
Right.
which is I slide a lot and bend and but what it is the feeling. It's this feeling. It's that I don't use picks, bro. This nail right here, I've been having trouble because it's not growing, man. This is my pick. You know what I mean? So now I'm strumming like this, I'm rubbing it. I'm not picking with it. This is a pick like this. So I go from doing this, because I can change. So then you will understand a little bit more now. Look. So I do the picking. You know, picking goes around in a circle. And then for the fastness to develop ability, then I do I use the 2 fingers. So I go from picking to the 2 fingers. From picking to the 2 fingers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of bending, holding, and soul feel stuff that it's just very well for what you cannot express vocally. You know what I'm saying? It's
Makes
feeling a
sense.
lot. So you can just jam out.
Is that really? A lot of people don't do that though. They always use a pick, right?
Yes. No, nobody. I try to get those fake nails that you put in clap. Man, that thing come off after the 3rd strum. You know, the way I strum, man, you know, don't hold much. But then, you know, I got this, you see, this finger is massive, man. This man is on his own. Right. This is one dude. this is one guy. This is another guy. And this is another guy. You know what I mean? So all those 3 things combined, that's where my solos come from. You know what I mean? I will solo with just one hand. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's the feel. You know what I'm saying? What Bob and all this, let me refresh this. All this is what I learned from my teacher. Who you think my teacher might be, man, in this life?
No, man. Who?
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley.
In many aspects of life, you know, I'm still studying his message. So the person that you see today is the equal result of his foundation of creation. Because he created this person, you know, that I am today. My philosophy comes from him. Everything comes from him. Everything, man. And even when I play, I use his ideals. So if Bob did it, then I can. I'm his student. will always be. You know what I mean? Bob in the entire Caribbean, man. No matter what language you speak, it's the man.
Right. Right.
And there's no other man. You know what I mean?
Well
I hate to
said,
say
man.
that, but you the man, brother.
Yeah,
Oh,
you are,
thank you,
man.
brother.
No, you are,
Thank
man.
you, brother.
That was a
Thank you
tutorial
so
right
much.
there, bro.
Thank
That
you
was
so
such a
much.
Like,
tutorial
that
right
was a
there.
tutorial for like beginners that are trying to pick up a guitar. They
Yes,
can
yes.
listen to that, and
One thing is this: is that remember to be who you are. That's my message. Be who you are. Believe on yourself. Don't stop. Don't let money distract you and what TV and radio lets you hear or see. Continue on. That yes, you will be heard. Just like this man found me and put me here, then it's the same energy. You know, just stay being yourself, and that will lead you through to success. It's the true definition of Rasta to the whole world now. I'll tell you what Rasta means. The word Rasta means life itself. So I Rasta, you Rasta, sun Rasta, the sky Rasta, the river Rasta, the ocean Rasta. Rasta is life. That's what the word Rasta means, life. Rastafari is the reincarnation of Jesus Christ in the 73 form, the last one so far. According to the Bible, this man was going to be born and the name was going to be given. Haile King Selassie I the first, Lord of Lords, King of Kings, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. Haile King Selassie I the first, Jah Rastafari.
I hear that, brother.
So when we say Rastafari, you know, we call God name. So, you know, there's no need to worry. You know, you're on full command.
Yeah.
Just keep on switching gears,
like
bro.
that, full command.
You know,
Full command.
full command.
Full command.
You hold your ground.
Drop some motivation for him too, P.
Yes.
All right.
Enjoy
Motivational
I
time.
mean, he's been motivational
I know.
all the time.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
You got this. I
I don't know how we're gonna follow up with this.
I
We're
got
gonna
this,
try.
man. It takes too much energy to hate on people.
You're damn
And it
right.
takes that much
Perfect.
to show love.
Yes.
Let's get back to loving each other, loving ourselves, but showing love to everybody else as well. You know,
Yes.
whether you got a friend who's doing something or they're not, it takes nothing to show love to people.
You want to hear something? I woke up one day, one of my most difficult times in life, man. No food to eat, nothing. And I woke up one day, and I look out the window. I said, just like the sun rises every morning, there will always be a new time to start all over. You know?
Yeah.
So meaning that every time the sun go down, come back up, fresh, brand new start. No need to look back, because every minute, every second is become past. So live the moment and continue on with the same source of energy. You will see how hard you can go, how fast you can push, man. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So everything, direction and positivity, you know, rule. One love every time.
One love.
What you got?
This came up a couple weeks ago, and I think when we have our circles, and I've talked about circles of friends and who you surround yourself with, if you have people that are honest with you and tell you real truth and real shit, you need those. But you have the other ones that you think are there, but they're haters. Yep. Those are the ones you don't need. And I think we try to surround ourselves and want so many people to like us, but it's never going to work.
And remember this, you see, the jealous, the man that we call jealous, is one of the most dangerous things walking around, because that jealousy it tends to make the man a liar.
Yes.
Yeah.
And anything that lies in this world is the most dangerous thing you can ever confront, because that's the man that causes harm and then he go lie.
Yeah.
You know, so then jealousy, all that stuff is one thing. So they all fall in the same category. You know what I'm saying? Dangerous.
Of course.
Dangerous.
I mean, it's just like friends become foes.
But remember this,
Yeah, that's
like Bob
straight
used to say, hey, only your friend knows your secrets, only who could reveal it. So, you know, your best friend could be your worst enemy.
That's true too.
You know what I mean? In that sense, you know?
Absolutely, man. That's been fun, man.
Oh, well, hold on. What's up with you? Throw yours down, bro.
I have nothing to say, bro. You guys
come on, left field.
All right,
man.
I know you got
the man
something.
ain't got nothing for us.
I got something next week for you.
Okay.
I think there's enough to go around, right?
So why don't we do a little like a bar little thing? So I leave them with this,
Okay.
Yeah.
We have to take no time. We are true cold chadret. A real Naja bean get me a fi spread. A real robot up, I read them me a call. Me I tell you me brethren a real Rasta talk. Dread upon me hell on time me culture. Jealousy and batty a blood clad button. Me a run pon the rhythm, they ma fino. Me a true ganja man. I run robot up, One love to all generation.
Heck yeah, man.
Very nice.
Unity amongst all,
Beautiful.
Where can they find you, brother?
Well, you guys can find me on I got in every media. Type in Dreadai Capone, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud. I recommend a lot of people to hit SoundCloud because everything I give for free. I only got a few songs that I make money off. It's nothing. It's $1. Yeah. It's on Amazon. It's everywhere. Type in Dreadai Capone and everything will come up. Everything is possible with me. You know what I'm saying? If you're in need, to the people out there, if you are in need of music, I have plenty. And I don't charge nothing. This is for the musicians in need. You know what I mean? So hopefully, someone from that pile, reach, above. So that's my message. I got plenty music, and I used to do this for the Caribbean period. All artists independent. I have no source of no buying rhythms and this and that. And I'll send them. And I used to actually give it to Wailing Souls. Wailing Souls were the people very close to Bob Marley. Bread, one of the singers, was Bob Marley's good friend. So, this band to me was her greatest band, and I got to meet them. It was a dream come true because I was a kid,
Right. No, of course.
And then this came up forward.
Yeah.
I produced for them, never heard anything that was done with my music, but a lot of rhythms were taken to independent artists in Jamaica just to fulfill.
Beautiful, man.
They spreaded your seed all around, brother.
Yes, man. All goodness and love, man. And remember, unity. All together we can overcome, man. No man is an island, no man stand alone. We all have to unify, come together.
Y'all hear the love, compadres, and y'all know what time it is. Go ahead and follow us at COMPODRES. And to my right, Lance the Man himself.
I am _ son.
And also to my right, Joe Rosati himself.
I'm at the real Joe Rosati.
Gotcha.
And I am at SB Press _ Yeah. SB Press _
Blessings, bro.
Brother,
Dreadai Capone, man. Thank you guys, man.
Thank you so much,
It's a
brother.
pleasure being here, man. Hey, so y'all know there's much more to talk about.
Oh,
so
yeah.
whenever you all have the time.
Absolutely, brother.
I didn't broke it down. There's a lot of things, man. I tell you, man.
We might need a 24-hour session with you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, compadres.
Live stream.
Compadre, compa, amigo, hermano, familia.
Yep.
Yes.
And like that, compadres, we're gone.
All the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get it, no call to quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah.